Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you have understood the summary very well. Now in today's video I'll explain some paragraph of your 5th chapter. So look at the paragraph before you read. Can a shoemaker be called an artist? Yes, if he has the same skill and pride in his trade as any other artist, and the same respect for it too. Mr. Gessler, a German shoemaker settled in London, is a perfect artist. Read this story to see how he devotes his life to his art. So in this paragraph there is a question, and that is, can we say a shoemaker an artist? And then he answered that yes, we can shoemaker an artist if he has skill in his trade, and also expert in his trade, and have respect for his trade and art, like other artists have respect and skill for their trade and business and arts also. So in this story, as I told you, this story is about a shoemaker, Mr. Gessler. He is a German shoemaker. He was in London. He was settled in London, and he was a very fine artist. And when you read this story, you would know that he had devoted his whole life to make fine shoes. Now look into your book. I knew him from the days of my extreme young youth because he made my father's boots. He lived with his elder brother in his shop, which was in a small by street in a fashionable part of London. So as I told you in the summary that this chapter is about a German shoemaker who lived in London. They have a very fashionable shop and they make shoes themselves. They are two brothers. The name of their shop is Gessler Brothers Shop. So the author described in the very beginning of this story that how good they are in their art. So he says, when I was young, I know this shoemaker because my father had made shoes by them. Now look into your book. The shop has a certain quite distinction. There was no sign on it other than the name of Gessler Brothers, and in the window a few pairs of boots. He made only what was ordered, and what he made never failed to fit. To make boots, such boots as he made, seemed to me then and still seem to me mysterious and wonderful. So the author further says that their shop was quite unique. There was no advertisement on their shop, but only Gessler Brothers nameplate was on the top of the shop. The author also explained that there was always kept a few pairs of boots in the window, and they made shoes only what was ordered. It means they had not made shoes in advance to show. And if once they made shoes, it was always perfect in size, never failed to fit. So the author says that from my childhood till now, it was mystery and surprising for me to make such kind of good quality and perfect size shoes. Now look into your book. I remember well my shy remarks one day while stretching out to him my youthful foot. Isn't it awful hard to do, Mr. Gessler? And his answer, given with a sudden smile from out of the redness of his beard, is it an art? Now the author also mentioned one of his discussion with shoemaker that Once, while giving his size by stretching his feet to make shoes, he asked the shoemaker that, "Is it not difficult for you to make different size of shoes?" So the shoemaker smiled and said that to make shoes of different size is an art. Now look into your book. It was not possible to go to him very often. His boot lasted terribly, having something beyond the temporary and some essence of boot stitched into them. So in this paragraph, the author praised and appreciated the shoes of the shoemaker. It means Jesler Brothers shoes. So he tells that the shoes what they made are so good in quality and long lasting. Because of that, it was not possible to go to him very often. That's why this chapter also named. That's why this chapter name is also quality. Now look into your book. One went in not as into most shops, but restfully as one enters a church, and sitting on a single wooden chair, waited. A guttural sound without, and a tip-top of his slipper beating the narrow wooden stairs. He would stand before one without coat, a little bent in leather apron, with sleeves turned back, blinking as if awakened from some dream of boots. And I would say, "How do you do, Mr. Jesler? Could you make me a pair of Russian leather boots?" Now in this paragraph, the author describes whenever anyone goes to the Jesler shop, what happens there. So he says that no one can go to the shop with such kind of mood that, "Give me what I want," just like other big shops. Instead, customer used to sit with ease on a wooden chair just like a church and wait for him. So once, the author said, I went to his shop and sat on the chair waiting for him. Then after some time, the shoemaker came down with a kind of sound that was coming from the sleeper because of stepping down by the wooden stairs. And he stood in front of me wearing a leather apron. It means cloth which is worn to protect clothing, it means dress. And his shirt sleeves were always folded, and he blinks as he woke up from a dream of making shoes. So then I asked him to make a pair of Russian leather boots for me. Now look into your book. Without a word, he would leave me, retiring whence he came, or into the other portion of the shop, and I would continue to rest in the wooden chair, inhaling the incense of his trade. Soon he would come back, holding in his hand a piece of gold brown leather. With eyes fixed on it, he would remark, "What a beautiful piece." When I too had admired it, he would speak again, "When do you want them?" And I would answer, "Oh, as soon as you conveniently." And he would say, "Tomorrow fortnight." Or if he were his elder brother, "I will ask my brother." So what happened when the author says that, "Could you please make a boot for me?" He did not speak a single word. Instead, he went back from where he came, and the author was sitting on that wooden chair and is still waiting for him. The author says that the place where he was sitting was full of the smell of leather. So in a very short time, the shoemaker returned, having a gold brown leather piece in his hand. He was looking at that leather piece and said, "How beautiful piece is it? Would you like it? Would you like it for your boots?" So when the author approved that, it means said, "Yes, I like it." So the shoemaker again asked, when would you want them ready? When would you want them? It means when would you want these your boots ready? The author replied, "As soon as possible with your ease." Then the shoemaker said, "After 15 days you can get your boots, or I'll ask my brother and tell you other things about your shoes." So this is your today's lesson. I hope you have enjoyed it and understood it very well. Thank you very much.